To be fair, when coming to Tokyo Ghoul Re, these were not the feelings and not the expectations that I was really having for the first episode of this series. The second that I saw that it came out, I was like, going in, watching it right now, fucking Funimation, let's go, let's jump straight into this. I was excited, I was pumped, I was curious, I was like, what are they gonna do with, you know, everything that's gone down with like Tokyo Ghoul, with its anime adaptations and with its manga and just a bunch of stuff with it. And how I felt after the end of the first episode was really depressing for me, where I didn't love it, and at the same time I didn't hate it. I felt nothing for this episode, and I hated that. I hated that with all of my heart, that I was just like I was just non-caring for this episode, because I felt like that was how it was for the episode as well. Like, it felt like the first episode itself didn't care really to put on a show. And there's some stuff to say about this episode, like, albeit wise and all that, but I feel like as well I should give myself the people who don't know, I should give a little bit of history with me and the Ghoul franchise. So, as like a lot of people, I started with the anime at first, and midway through, like, I think it was like the last couple of episodes of the anime that was airing, I caught up to the manga, read it all, fucking loved it. Like, going through all of that stuff, and it's like, regardless of like season 1, yeah, season 1, like, it skims through some stuff, but regardless of what, season 1, if it was the main reason that a lot of us got into the manga, and it was like, I still love season 1. I've rewatched season 1 maybe 4 times now, I'd say, and all that. And I've seen, like, obviously, like, 1.5 of those times was like going through the English dub, and then also as well, I love the Japanese. And the first episode like really sticks out to me, and like the original Tokyo Ghoul. Even the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul Ru-A sticks out to me very much. Like, Ru-A, it has a lot of fucking problems, but then as well it's a series that has a couple of standout moments, but is very inferior to what it tries to cover and its alternative ways of it. And I really was upset about that, because the second half of like Ghoul, what they missed out on are some of my favorite moments, and they did some like, at one of my favorite moments, the eradication, the centipede, that was one of my favorite panels in the entire manga, even from Re as well, and they really butchered it. So, coming into this with weird new intro, like with all this stuff, with like everything is like, how are they going to handle doing Tokyo Ghoul Re? And they are sticking to a very weird formula where they are sticking to trying, let's just do the chapters, but let's do 6 chapters in the episode, and let's do, like, skim some stuff, change a few. It was all over the place with there, and it felt like it just didn't work for me in some ways, but then it was like, no, I like this. And this is going to be interesting for a lot of anime only watchers, as this series is going to be focusing on the inspectors and not more on the ghouls. And I feel like that is something as well with the manga, because to give more clarification as well with manga, I stopped reading the manga good couple of months ago. Honestly, I actually did fall off interest on the manga as well. I've heard some interesting stuff that's happening, but I have my own personal reasons why I stopped reading the manga. It doesn't mean it's bad, but there are the things that I loved, Ghoul and even parts of Re and all that, is not really what I was invested in, and the same thing could be the end of the manga. Like, honestly, how I feel about, I really don't feel anything really too much to the Re manga at this point. But I was hoping that this episode would ignite the fire, and it's like, I get to see some of those characters I liked from the start. You know, I'm seeing like Uri, I'm seeing like, you know, Heize, Mutsuki, like Yonibai, like all that. And I feel like, especially with everything they're doing, you see with the opening, you see with the ending, they are trying to cover as much material as possible, because like, we want to get to those moments, and I feel like that's how it is, and it's just not working in both ways. So to give an actual, like, with all the moaning out of the way and a very long-winded introduction, I should maybe introduce to you something, guys. What exactly is the plot of this series, And as I've mentioned before, this is a couple years, like, I believe it's a few years after the ending of Route A, or the ending of the original Ghoul manga, and we are seeing this from the side of the inspectors. We are seeing this from, like, the High's Sasaki on there, which, to be fair, with the anime doesn't hide it very well. Like, you kind of have a feeling that, yeah, this person is either a Kaneki or has a very huge attachment to Kaneki, whereas, like, there's a lot of similarities to him, and especially with everything that's going on, you're like, what is up with him, and what is with the weird creepiness of that? Why does he act like him? Why does he have his Kagune? You know, it doesn't hide that well. It was a little bit, obviously, that's a little bit, you kind of, like, have that going in where it's like, okay, you know something's going down, and it's like, that's clearly going to be addressed on there. But you see as well that he has a Queen Squad, which are people that have Kagune, they're part Ghoul. They're like Kaneki, where they're half-breeds, where they are people who only have the one eye, and they can, not only do they have like their weapons that they're provided from the, like, your dubs, but they also have the Kagunes of the Ghouls, so they're this elite fighting squad, and we get to see how, especially how shitty some of these people are. Like, your first real impressions of, like, Uri or Shirazu, I love Shirazu, like of all of these people, like, on there, like, Muski's, like, the only one that kind of comes off normal, but then is very wimpy and has, like, the issue of being kind of one of the weakest members right now, because can't even pull out their, like, Kagune properly. But you see with, like, Uri, it's like, no, he is just straight up just trying to get up the ladder, and you get these little hints in the episode where it's like, he clearly has a little bit of the messed up past on there, and his, like, promotion and, like, not running away is his whole key thing. And, like, with Shirazu, you don't get too much, but he's clearly, like, a shithead. It's like, you see as well, they really have a clear issue of following orders from, like, Heide. It was like, we are going after this ghoul named Torso, and we need to work together about this. Like, they're even as well in, like, CCG, like, you're seeing how it's like, we need to actually work together to try and take down some of these serious, like, you know, ghoul incidents. But, like, that is just how the organization works. I guess that's the thing as well with, I've mentioned it before as well, and when I talked, when I did a full kind of, like, review on the Ghoul, like, Tokyo Ghoul manga, I think, like, as much as I love the original manga, I love it a lot, the weakest part of that entire series is when we did focus on CCG. And I will say this, handles it better, but I don't know if the anime is going to handle it better. Like, regardless of, like, the pacing that they're trying, obviously, I think has a little bit of the slow start, but I could definitely notice in some of that stuff that they really did skim some of the details on there. And it's like, no, like, you're getting introduced to a lot of characters at once, you're getting shown a lot of art. I feel like it could have done some things to stand out a little bit more, like, here and there, because you're being thrown into, like, Torso, and then as well you've got Serpent being involved. You're seeing, one second you're seeing Hinami's there, and it's like, what the hell is Hinami there? And she's with Aragiri, like, she's with Aragiri. Like, why are they talking about Aragiri? And it's like, there's so much going on. I feel like an anime only watcher is like, what the fuck is going on right now? And it's like, who is this guy? Who's Serpent? Why is he talk? Like, why does he act like that? Who is this little girl with the camera? Why is she with the like? And obviously as well, you get more context with her. Like, if you, I believe it's like Pinto is the one that you get to see. Like, there's whole relation like with that character in that, and obviously Jack was the one that covered Arina. But you know, it's like same thing with that, and it's like Heise has got this weird kind of like relationship mentorship with Arima. Like, there is so much going on, like, in the first episode, but then it still feels flat in some way. Like, being, like, also as well as an animation, like, as someone that likes a lot about, like, animation as well, it's like, at the end of the day, I'm someone that is, like, very easily impressed by visually gorgeous looking things, and I will say, nothing really stood out in the episode, like, I guess apart from the one scene right at the very end when Heise pulls out the Kagune and then he does the Jason snap of the fingers, which, you know, is a little bit more of an indicator right there. Like, that was the one bit I excited, and that was literally the end of the episode. There was no other part in the 20 minutes that I was like, oh, I can't wait for that. Like, apart from, like, yeah, no, that's how I imagined how that character talked when I was reading them. And that's the thing, I feel like the anime should be making more than, like, adding more to the experience, and I feel like, yeah, there's not too much, like, I felt was being added here. I guess as well, to mention as well, something that I was really going to be, like, shocked about was the opening and ending for the series. I mean, opening one of Ghoul is iconic. Like, same as, like, Attack on Titan. It's iconic at this point. You know, Ushio, it's gonna be, it's stuck in your head. Like, Unravel is always gonna be in there. Here's the thing. As, like, like, I like that song. I actually do. It's way better than the Route A one. I fucking still to this day cannot stand the Route A song. There's some covers that do, like, Pelek's version of the Route A song is really good, but the song, it's just in general, the original version is fucking garbage. I cannot stand it. The one I do like, however, the one bit of the song that I think is the best part of it is right when it starts leading up into the title, when you get the piano and then you start hearing like the singer, like, it's going like all crazy and distorted. It's like like, I like that part a lot when you got the silhouette Tokyo going. That is really nice, and I did like that. But again, the actual opening, yeah, I like the song. The visuals are flat for me. I thought there was a lot of characters being shown and not a lot of impressive stuff on there. Although seeing what with the visuals, what it was covering, I'm like, oh, we are covering so much material. Oh my god, we are going through so much stuff. Like, it was actually insane. Where it's like, oh, that character's going to be, and that was a thing to talk about as well. The series has been listed for 12 episodes, and it's like, so Ri is going to have the same situation where the Ri manga is basically going to be anime adapted into 2 parts, really. That's pretty much because Ri is longer than the original Tokyo Ghoul just by a little bit, and it's still ongoing. So, and it seemingly, that is, like, from what I know, is that it's seemingly they're right there to wrapping up. So, like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by, like, the aiming of the second season, or even hell with, like, the ending of this one, that we would actually see the ending of the manga. So there's a lot of things to, like, say about this episode. And the end, I like the ending. I think I like the original. If I remember, original Ghoul's ending was really good, and if I remember correctly, I might be forgetting this with, like, Route A. If I remember, Route A had a really good ending song, and honestly, the problem is I remember more of, like, the soundtrack of Route A, like Glassy Sky, and, like, I remember a lot more of those, like, insert songs, while, yeah, again, nothing really on the OST for so far I've heard in the first episode didn't stand out, but, yeah, like, then again, I feel fucking weird. I feel for, like, a few years ago, I was all over Ghoul. And it's like, yeah, and it's still there, and it's still a good story. Like, it's just, the anime felt really flat for me. Like, it didn't add anything to me. And I reread those chapters, and I get, like, then again, it's like, I wasn't fully, like, stoked and hyped like I was back then. And I guess, like, that is the fault of me, but I feel like the first episode did fail in a way where it's like, it didn't capture that magic that I was looking for. It didn't enhance the experience from just reading it, and it's like, considering that I watch things that are not normally of good quality, you know, like, I'm a fucking man that can just enjoy fucking shit like Fairy Tail and Black Clover for what it is, and it's like, when you've actually got good content, regardless of what, of Ghoul and whatnot, it should enhance the experience. It's like, or if you're gonna take out scenes, if you're gonna, like, do your own changes, then they should do something that, you know, adds a little bit more to, like, the flavor to, like, the series. And a lot of this maybe is like, maybe they are saving obviously some of their better animators for later on. Not to mention as well, they're spreading those animators thin with, like, the mobile projects and all that, the Studio Period. At the end of the day, Period can do some good things, but the way how they've mishandled Ghoul from the past, I can obviously see why people don't have a lot of hype and expectations to that. And even after the first episode, I'm like, yeah, I hope it's good. I just hope it is. And yeah, I can't really recommend it so far, like, at the moment, and I would say, like, if you really want to just read the Ghoul like, I would just honestly say, like, just once you finish season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul, like, just, like, after that, like, if you've seen it in the anime, then just read the manga afterwards, and then I don't know if that's going to be the same situation as well. As, like, you can check out Route A if you want a what if, but I don't really recommend that apart from listen to the soundtrack of Route A, and that's it. That's all I can really recommend for you over there. Yeah, no, I hate feeling this way for Ghoul. I actually hate feeling this way. I really wish I didn't. Like, I wish I could have just told you guys I was loving every single second. I want to recapture how I was with episode 1 of the original Tokyo Ghoul. That is still, like, going through those episodes, just mind blown. Loving it. Some gorgeous animation, just some amazing voice acting as well, especially in the first episode with, like, Kaneki losing his mind. So yeah, like, I'm gonna end it there, like, because I have legit just been talking way too, like, long about this, but overall I want to know what you guys think, because yeah, like, this is a season where so much stuff is coming out that I actually want to check out, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I feel weird that Ghoul wasn't the one, like, Ghoul was the one that didn't blow me away. And it's just like these little, just out of nowhere little hits and, like, little surprises have been, like, the ones where it's like, oh shit, that's actually really good. Or I didn't expect this thing to blow me away. If you told me, like, a couple of years that I feel this way to Tokyo Ghoul, I'd be fucking insane. Like, I thought you'd be like, nah, I'm crazy. I must be on something. But yeah, no, it's weird. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.